Hey, it's Jack for Alpha Charts with a state of the market video. Today is August 12th, 2023. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, thank you for watching the video. If you don't know yet, I do have a Twitter handle at AlphaCharts365 where I post things all week long. If you don't follow me there, it's free. Go ahead and give me a follow. Also, I do have a subscriber group. It's $10 a month, but I give you a ton of content. And my goal is to keep you on the right side of the market and the best names possible. We've done a good job of pushing on the gas and going long early in June, end of May. And we did a good job at the end of July to pull on the brake, pay ourselves, and keep the money we made. That's what one of my main goals is, as well as, I give tons of content, special stocks to watch videos and market notes. And Tuesday I do midweek videos. I do scans every day for idea generation. Again, numerous charts throughout the week that I just share with my subscribers. Chart reviews for anybody that has questions about what they're watching or what they're in or whatever. Give my opinion. I don't ever tell you to buy or sell, though. That's your decision alone. But we'll have a talk about it, and I would tell you what I would do in that position. Not saying that's what you should do, but again, it's a good dialogue. So it's $10 a month. It's a subscription service. If you're interested, go to Alpha Charts 365. Click on the subscribe button and you're in. Okay, let's get into this week's video. SPX, we talked about it coming down to this pretty important area, and we're going to go ahead and zoom in. Price came down to it, bounced a little bit, still down for the day, but overall not it's kind of holding where it should. I think this 44.38ish area, that's a very, very important area. So we may get a little bounce here, and then we'll see what is right, the longer term moving averages or the shorter term. Let's go to the weekly chart. On the weekly, we've had two pretty nasty weeks right into, again, this important area. And now the rubber meets the road. Do we get a bounce? How much is it? And how far does it go? Or do we just continue to roll over? Looking at the RSP, it was down 0.05, so a little bit better than the S&P. And on the daily chart, you see this very important area right there, 153, 154. Again, price is below it. Again, is this an area that things hold? We'll call this 150-ish. Or are things going to continue lower? Again, we're going to find out really soon. Qs look much weaker, already below the 50-day. And when we zoom in here, so 50-day is still rising, but starting to rise at a much less steep ascent. So that's a problem. On the week, let's see what it was on the week. On the week, down 1.56. Again, not very good looking at all. The equal weighted down 1.34. Again, that just shows how technology and the technology names are performing much, much worse than the rest of the market, right? And sometimes they're performing much, much better. Now they're performing much, much worse. Rotation is real. Again, you see this kind of just fade in the equal weights as well. So next level is the $73, $74 level. A little ways to go right there, right? Let's go IWM. Here's IWM right there in the VWAP from, the actual absolute peak was important multiple times. In general, we'll see if it lends any support. No buyers are showing up yet, even though we were green on Friday. Lower volume, not much to really talk about. You see on the week down 1.64, and just not a really good look. We don't know if this will be support or not. 189 now is a very important level. We did get a little bit of a bounce. If it holds, great. Then this was just a little shakeout. If it doesn't, we're in trouble. Mid caps, same story, nothing different here, right? Let's see what they were in the week. 0.77 on the week, fared a little bit better, but still, you have this kind of giant range, and maybe this is just a higher low. We'll see. 479, 480 is now a big deal for the mid caps. Okay, let's look at the ETFs, XLF. From the highs so far, not doing anything wrong, right? I mean, maybe this is some kind of toppy look to it, really just range bound, but not falling apart. About to get across here. So financials look fine, right? Maybe you get into trouble when you start looking at things like SMH, right? This has a waterfall look to it, right? So semiconductors right now look terrible. No reason to be long semiconductors at all at this point. Well below the 50-day. You get crossing of moving averages, a flat 50-day. I think they look terrible. So indexes, near support. I don't see any real support. You may even get a gap fill here and just a meet with the 200-day, right? That's a possibility. When you look at XSD, which is the equal weighted, it looks equally as bad, not good at all, maybe even a little bit worse. You're flirting with this potential false breakout from this particular base right here. It's not a good look at all. Transports. Again, we had the rising wedge, which we talked about last week and the last couple of weeks. It broke down from it. And I think this $82 is a very important area. We're not that far away from there. Maybe 82.50, maybe the 50 days is the important area. Not too far away from there. And looking at housing, to me, this looks more distributive than accumulation. Again, it's not doing anything yet, but I don't love the way this looks. Wouldn't be shocked if we come back and at the very least retest $83.50 to $84, which happens to be the breakout. And then we'll see what happens, right? But again, not a good look. So indexes are near support. The ETFs, only the financials really look good, but not I wouldn't say great. They look good. And so, yeah, I think there's some caution to be had right there, right? Any bounce, I think, is suspect. Let's look at the internals and see what the internals are showing us. Starting with the VIX. So the VIX says nothing's wrong, right? We have a VIX that as we get volatility or what seems like volatility in the market, the options market is saying, nah, we're not worried about it, right? Looking at 30 days. So that's information, right? Somebody's right, somebody's wrong there. Let's look at the bond market there. This is bond spreads, right? High yield versus government bonds, or government bonds versus high yield. And it's saying the same thing. It's saying, yeah, really nothing to worry about. That's something. That's information, right? Let's look at breadth. So here's MMFI. It's falling. That's to be expected. It's not like anywhere near extreme. So that's nothing really to see there. And put call ratio, starting to get a little bit on the bear side, not compared to here, right? So now we're kind of neutralish, but compared to here, you're seeing that swing back to a bear side. Again, not extreme yet, but it's interesting how it's starting to move kind of sharp. Another day or two, maybe a shakeout would be really interesting here. Looking at the dollar, it's above 102.50, and I think it's heading towards this at least 103.40, 103.50. After that, we'll see if it breaks above 104. I think that's a big problem. I mean, even 103.50 is going to be a problem. So we'll see what happens there. But we're watching the rising dollar because that's going to help control what the market does. And here's the 10-year yield. Again, looks like a big base to me. A move from 4 to 5 would be really, really negative for equities in the market. So watching a breakout here, which will have absolutely an impact on the markets in general. And we're close to see what happens, right? Could happen this week, next week. It's close. So looking at the copper gold ratio. Starting to go back negative, right? I mean, they're not quite there yet though, but it's moving lower, and that's a problem, right? We don't want to see it in this area. Usually not very good things happen when the copper gold ratio get into this area. So you see 2015, 2016, 19, 2020, not a good look. So we're watching that. Again, it's not quite there yet. So we have a bending market, hasn't broken yet. I think we're going to see maybe, potentially even a bounce potentially right here. What that bounce looks like, how strong it is, how weak it is, and all that stuff combined, as well as those internals and ETFs that we watch, will help us form a picture or a decision on what we want to do, how much we want to be invested, if we want to be invested, and all that stuff. If you haven't done so yet, like and subscribe to my video. I appreciate that. Also, follow me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. And again, I think you'll really like the subscription. Check it out. You don't like it, you don't have to say in it, right? It's a free country. Hope you all are doing great. Take care. Good luck this week.